Yes, and let's get straight to Kansas. Like you mentioned, they got a couple of big stars they have to replace. And to me, that's their biggest task this season.
Absolutely. This is going to be one of the biggest tests for Bill Self as coach in his career. I mean, Udoka Azubuike and Devon Dotson were two Naismith and Wooden Watch contenders. So they're they're certainly an interesting team. Now they do have Bryce Thompson coming in. He's their top recruit. But they're retaining a lot of their key role players from last year. Ochai Agbaji, Christian Braun, who really stepped up in Big 12 play. Big shooter, plays good defense. Silvio De Sousa can play down low. Marcus Garrett, arguably the best defensive player in the country. And then McCormick is going to have to replace Azubuike as that big man down on the floor. They certainly have the pieces to replace those two players. I don't think they're going to be as dominant as Udoka Azubuike and Devon Dotson were last year, but this team will still certainly be a top-tier team in the nation. They probably just won't be the number one team in the nation.
Yes, I think that's a pretty fair evaluation there. Again, Dotson and Azubuike, you're going to have to replace them. And it seems like for Dotson, they have a nice five-star coming in Thompson, like you mentioned. And that's going to be something to where he might have to do a little more of the scoring. That front court is going to be the biggest thing because you are replacing one of the best front court men in the entire country from last year in Azubuike. And David McCormack is going to have to do that. And also, Marcus Garrett's going to have to play a pretty big role as well. He may be a bit more of an assist man. And assist men, they work just as well as the scorers if you can get that duo to really connect effectively. And that will be something that I look to see from this team. It will not be as dominant as last year's team. I think that is absolutely going to be the case. But with the Kansas Jayhawks, they are still going to be one of the top teams in the country. They are still going to be one of the top teams in the Big 12. And it may be more of a firmer second than it was last season to me.